ሰላም የኢትዮቲች ቤተሰቦች እንዴት ናችሁ? እኔ ደህና ነኝ። ኢትዮቲች ዩቲዩብ ቻናል እንዲያድግ ላይክ፣ ሰብስክራይብ፣ ሼር እያደረጋችሁ አዲስ የተቀላቀላችሁ ካላችሁ ሰብስክራይብ ማድረጋችሁ እንዳትረሱ። ዛሬ የምናየው ምንድን ነው? ዲስትሪቢዩት ዳታቤዝ ማኔጅመንት ሲስተም ዋት ኢዝ ዘ ሚኒንግ ኦፍ ዲስትሪቢዩትድ ዳታቤዝ፣ ዲስትሪቢዩትድ ዳታቤዝ ምንድን ነው ፐርፐዙ የሚለውን ነገር እናያለን ማለት ነው። ቱዴይ ዊ ሌርን አባውት ዲስትሪቢዩትድ ዳታቤዝ ማኔጅመንት ሲስተም and to explain the introduction to distributed database. Firstly, to file system, this graph file 1, file 2, file 3, it is linkage of program and data distribution. Program 1, program 2, program 3 to link this algorithm. Database management system, DBMS. This one is database. This one database. Then description, manipulation, and control to link a program application within data semantics. It is database management system. Then motivation, the distributed database management system motivation. Distributed database management system or distributed database technology and computer networks, which means database technology means integration, computer network distribution. This is integrated within database technology, computer network. Integration, centralization. This sign, to use this sign, integration, centralization. Then distributing computing. A computer of autonomous processing element or not necessarily homogeneous that are interconnected by a computer network and that cooperate in performing their assigned tasks. This is distributed computing. What being distributed? First, processing logic. Second, function. Third, data. Fourth, control. This is what is being distributed. What is distributed database system? A distributed database, DDB, is a collection of multiple logically interrelated database distributed over a computer network. A distributed database management system, DDBMS, is the software. That manages the DDB and provides an access mechanism that makes this distribution transparent to the user. Distributed database system, DDBS, is equal to DDB plus DDBMS. What is not a DDBS? What is not a DDBS? Time sharing computer system, a loosely or tightly coupled multiprocessor system, a database system which rests at one of the nodes of the network of computers. This is a centralized database on a network node. This is what is not a DDBS. Central database on a network. This is communication network. Communication network, site 1, linkage to site 1, site 2, site 3, and 4, 5. This is a database management system. Distributed database environment. This is a network size, site 1, size 3, to distributed environment, server 1, server 2, server 3, server 4, and so on. Implicit assumptions. Data stored at a number of sites. Each site logically consists of a single processor. Next, processors at different sites are interconnected by a computer network, not a multiprocessor system. Parallel database system. Distributed database is a database, not a collection of files. Data logically related as exhibited in the user's access patterns. This which means relational data model. Next, distributed database is a database, not a collection of files. Data logically related exhibited in the user access patterns, which means rational database model. DDBMS is full-fledged database management system. Full-fledged. Not remote file system, not ATP system. Data delivery alternatives. Delivery modes. Pull only, push only, hybrid. This lists or illustrates delivery modes. Frequency. Frequency, periodic, conditional, ad hoc, or regular. This frequency. Communication method. Unicast, one to many. Next, not all combination makes sense. Distributed database management system promises transparent management of distributed, fragmented, and replicated data. One, transparent management of distributed, fragmented, and replicated data. Second, improve reliability, availability through distributed transaction. Third, improved performance. Fourth, easier and more economical system expansion. This is distributed database promises. There are 4 distributed database management promises. Transparency. Transparency is the separation of the higher level semantics of a system from the lower level implementation issues. Fundamental issue is to provide data independence. It is fundamental issue is to provide data independence. In the distributed environment, network distribution transaction transparency is environment. Replication transparency, it is in the distributed element environment. Fragmentation transparency. Fragmentation, there are three fragmentation. Horizontal fragmentation. Horizontal means selection. Horizontal means selection. Vertical fragmentation. Fragmentation means a projection. To combine horizontal fragmentation and vertical fragmentation, hybrid. Fragmentation transparency, horizontal fragmentation, vertical fragmentation, and hybrid fragmentation. Example to see the video, pause. Transparent access. This is transparent access of communication. This one. Check the transparency access. Distributed database user view. Distributed database. It is users, these figures, users, this computer, laptop, and so on. The users. Distributed database reality communication. Database management communication system. The linkage distributed management software. Then distributed management software. User query, user application. Type of transparency. There are 4 types of transparency. First, data independent. Independence. First. Second, network transparency or distributed transparency. Local transparency, fragmentation transparency. These are network transparency or distributed transparency. Third one, replication transparency. The last one, or fourth, fragmentation transparency. Reliability through transactions. Replicated component and data should make distributed database management system more reliable. Distributed transactions provide concurrency transparency, failure automaticity. These are distributed transactions provide concurrency transparency, failure automaticity. Third one, distributed transaction support required implementation of distributed concurrency control protocols and commit protocols. These are distributed transaction support requirement implementation of distributed concurrency control protocol and commit protocols. Data replication. Great for read intensive workloads, problematic for updates and replication protocols. These are data replication. Great for read intensive workloads, problematic for updates and replication protocols. Potentially improved performance. The performance of potentially improved. First, proximity of data to its point of use requires some support for fragmentation and replication. Parallelism is execution, inter-query parallelism and intra-query parallelism. Inter-query and intra-query parallelism. There are 2 types of parallelism in execution: inter and intra. Inter and intra. Parallelism requirements. Have as much of the data required by each application at the site where the application executes. For full replication, how about updates, multi-consistency, and freshness of copies? This means how about updates, mutual consistency, and freshness of copies. System expansions. Issue is database scaling. 1. 2. Emergence of microprocessor and workstation technology. DBMS of Grosh law. DBMS of Grosh law. Emergence of microprocessor are workstation technology. Client server method of computing. The last one or third, data communication cost vs telecommunication cost. It is system expansions. Data communication cost vs telecommunication cost. Next, distributed database management issues. Distributed database design. How to distribute the database. Distribute database design. How to distribute the database. Replicated, non-replicated data distribution, and related problem in directory management. This is distributed database design. Distributed database design categorized. How to distribute the database first. Second, replicated, non-replicated database distribution. Third one, related problem in directory management. Next, distributed database issues, query processing. Query processing convert users transactions to data manipulation instructions. Next, optimization problem. Optimization problem, mini cost is equal to data transmission plus local processing. Query processing convert users transactions to manipulation instruction. Optimization problem, and mini cost is equal to data transmission plus local processing. General formulation is NP hard. Distributed database issues, concurrency control, synchronization of concurrent access, concurrency and isolation of transactions, effects, deadlock management. These are concurrency control, synchronization, constancy and isolation, transaction effects, deadlock management. Next, reliability. How to make the system reliant to failures. Automaticity and durability. This means reliability. Relation between issue. These figures relation between issue. Distribute design, the distribute management system, deadlocks and concurrency control. The linkage of relation between issues. Related issue. Operating system support. Operating system with proper support for database operations. Dichotomy between general purpose processing requirements and database processing requirements. These are operating system support. Open system and Interpretability, open system and interpretability. Distributed multi-database system, more problem scenario, and parallel issue. These are open system and interpretability issue. Architecture define the structure of system. Define the structure of the system. Component identified. Function of each component defined. Interrelationship and interaction between component defined. These are NSI, SPRC, architecture, internal view, conceptual view, external view. Users, these computers, users, and external schema. This is external schema, conceptual schema, and internal schema. Generic database management system architecture. This figure is generic database management architecture. Interface, control, completion, execution, data access, and constancy. This architecture, generic database management system architecture, database management system architecture. This database is the last one. Database user interface, view management, systematic, integration control, authorization, checking, and query decomposition and optimization, access plan management, access plan execution control, algebra operation execution and buffer management, access method, concurrency control, and login database to store database. Database management implementation alternatives. This one, homogeneous, heterogeneous distribution and client server system. This one, implementation of alternatives. Dimensions of the problems. Distribution, whether the components of the system are located on the same machine or not. Dimension of the problem. Heterogeneity. Heterogeneity. Various levels hardware communication operating system. It is heterogeneity. Database management, important one. Data model, query language, transaction management algorithm. It is database management system, important one. Database management, important one. Data model, query language, transaction management algorithm. Autonomy. Autonomy, not well understood and most troublesome. Various versions. Design automaticity, ability of component distribute database management system to decide on issue related to its own design. Communication automaticity, autonomy. Communication autonomy, ability of component distribute database management system decide whether and how to communicate within the other DBMS. Execution automaticity, autonomy, ability of component distribute database management system to execute local operations in any manner it wants to. Client server architecture. This figure, client server architecture. Advantage of client server architecture: more efficient division of labor, horizontal and vertical scaling of resource, better price performance on client machine, ability to use familiar tool on client machine, client access to remote data via standards, full database management system functionality provided to client workstation, overall better system price performance. Database server: this architecture is database server, client, application, and data server. Distributed database services: servers, client, application, database server. This figure distributed database service servers. This data logically distributed database management system architectures. This one, this picture or this figure, distributed database architecture, peer-to-peer component architecture. This figure peer-to-peer architecture, multi-database architecture, data logically. This one, component of execution. This one, mandator warper architecture. This one, warper architecture and mandator architecture. The end this chapter. ላይክ ሰብስክራይብ ሼር ማድረጋችሁ እንዳትረሱ። ተጨማሪ ሀሳብ አስተያየት ካላችሁ ኮሜንት መጻፊያው ጋር ብጽፉልኝ እቀበላለሁ። ስላዳመጣችሁኝ አመሰግናለሁ። ባይ ባይ። ቴንክ ዩ